Here is a Reconciliation Day meme for you. Trudeau's not wearing an orange anything. Interesting. He says, he's got a glass, and he says, here's to correcting the mistakes of the past. And the chief that he's cheersing with says, you boiled this, right? Yikes. I like very poignant memes. So Trudeau yesterday, there was a thing yesterday, the Reconciliation Day, and I think that it's divisive. We already have first we have in September we already have Labor Day. In October we have Thanksgiving. These are civic holidays that the employer pays for the day off, right? And yesterday was a new one created by Trudeau to think about reconciliation and Indigenous people. And I think this is a really strange reason to give bureaucrats and like bankers the day off with pay. Don't you? Don't you? I think it's also weird to indoctrinate children with this. I was intrigued to hear the stories of Reconciliation Day from my kids yesterday evening at dinner time. It's very interesting. It's very interesting what this is being spun into. It's indoctrination, make no mistake. But Justin Trudeau, his schedule, says former Toronto, his original schedule said private meetings in Ottawa today. He boarded the plane for Tofino at 8 a.m., so the PMO was lying and covering for him because they knew this was a potential PR disaster. And oh yes, a PR disaster did ensue. Yes, it did. If the PMO thinks that the Prime Minister vacationing was inappropriate, they wouldn't have lied about his whereabouts on his published itinerary. Whoops. Here's Trudeau on a beach. Don't interrupt him, not on his sacred day. So this is Jordan Armstrong, and he is attempting to get a comment from Justin Trudeau on the beach in Tofino yesterday. Here is, you can see the clip, I guess. Here, I'll make it big.
They invited you.
We'll see. We'll hear from the First Nations community that invited him in just a minute at the end of this segment, but I'll give a bit more context. Global News says Trudeau is spending the first National Truth and Reconciliation Day on vacation in Tofino, despite his official itinerary placing him in private meetings in Ottawa. And he took his private jet from Ottawa at 8 a.m. Isn't there a climate change emergency, something or other boondoggle happening? No, not for Justin. No, not for Justin. He's got a vacation to get to, right? Not only is this a masterclass of blatantly partisan journalism, it also isn't true, but love the sheer balls of the headline. This is the CBC headline at 7 p.m. yesterday, September 30th, and it says, on the first National Day of Truth and Reconciliation, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau traveled to BC speaking with residential school survivors from across the country. Yes, that was footage of him walking across a beach in a wetsuit with a surfboard that you saw. Yes. No, there weren't any Indigenous children carrying the surfboard, so I don't know. Was he taking Indigenous children surfing? No? Oh, okay. Apparently, even CBC realized this tweet was too much. They don't like people seeing that they're Liberal PR team, and they deleted it. The Liberal PR team, I mean the CBC News, explains away Trudeau's surfing holiday. And CBC News says, on the first National Day of Truth and Reconciliation, Prime Minister Trudeau traveled to BC speaking with residential school survivors from across the country. No, he was surfing, right? He wasn't on a beach, said Trudeau's spokesman, Alex Wellstead. Don't believe your lying eyes. I mean, is that Sophie? Or is it, does he have a daughter that's that tall? Or is that Sophie? I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I mean, does it matter? Not really. I don't really care. Reflect on this. Before the election, Trudeau's got a teddy bear for a grassy knoll that everybody knew was a cemetery. That if you read the Truth and Reconciliation report from 2012 to 2015, you knew it was a cemetery. They knew about it in 1970. They were fully aware of all this. Trudeau brings a teddy bear. Did anybody tell him the kids were dead? Right? Like, teddy bears are a PR stunt. It's a PR stunt, okay? Dead kids is not good PR, but teddy bears, right? Teddy bears. You know, I don't know. Sorry for the dead air there. I thought I'd paused it. Anyway, it's all about the PR, and it's not about the kids. So that's unfortunate. Here is the First Nations group that had asked Trudeau to make some time. And here we go. Let's listen to this.
Even more than optics, though. So this is a government that has said that Indigenous people are most important priority for the government, and that action that you're describing now does not match the words. So that's very inappropriate in my view for the Prime Minister. It's not setting it an example. He should be the one who is leading this reconciliation process. So that's unfortunate and very disappointing.
And we'll just leave it there. Yeah, It is unfortunate and disappointing. He says one thing and does something else, and consistently does the thing that is easy and commits him to the least. And I didn't say that. That was, I think that was Catherine McKenna's husband, but I could be wrong. Scott? Somebody or other. Dear Justin Trudeau, says Charlie Angus, no public official goes skiing on November 11th because we show respect to veterans. Also, there's not much snow in November. Anyway, on this day of reconciliation, you don't skip town and go to the beach because it's about showing respect to survivors. This is not a holiday, it's a day of atonement. Huh. September, you know what's weird? We've got a holiday on September 30th, right, for reconciliation. But September 11th isn't a bank holiday. You don't get a day off for that. That's weird. No. Strange. Or September 11th, not September 11th. I meant November 11th, the Remembrance Day. That's what I was talking about, not September 11th. Excuse me. Misspoke. Sick of it all says, today my kids tell me that yesterday after the Indigenous ceremony, the teacher burst into real tears and said that she was ashamed to be Catholic. This is a teacher at a Catholic school in a classroom of Catholic kids. Hamilton Wentworth Catholic District School Board. This is completely unacceptable. Yeah. Can someone explain to me, says Maxime Bernier, how federal employees having another day off will contribute to solving the problems that Indigenous Canadians face? I'd love to know. I'd love to be aware of it.